Okay. So we have installed software and also we have created the database, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we will discuss few about few parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Okay. So also we'll discuss about the parameter files.
Okay.
Configuration parameter file. In short, we can say P file, and the server parameter file. In short, we can say SP file. Okay.
Okay.
And also after that we will discuss startup modes and shutdown modes. Startup modes. Okay. Database and shutdown modes. So before this, we will use parameters. Okay, P file and SP file. Okay. Yep. Uh, we have discussed about the database creation. So when we create a database with the DBCA, so it will set all the required parameters in the parameter file or in the SP file. Okay. So in the parameters, a few parameters are mandatory. So one is DB underscore name. This is one of the parameter. This should be your database name. So in our case, we have chosen test. Okay, then control underscore files. Okay,
Okay.
then this will have some location along with the control file name. Okay, or some, let us say, for example, control 01.cta. So when you create database with DBCA, it will create control file in two locations. Okay,
Okay.
so one is in override will create two control files. Okay, so in our case we have only U01 mount point, right? So in this one, if you see, I'll show you how to check the parameters. Okay, so we will see how to check the parameters, but remember, by default, if you create database with DBC, it will create two control files. Okay, this is also mandatory, and undo underscore table space. This is also mandatory. Undo table space name is undo TBS. And compatibility. Compatibility, we have chosen 19C version, right? So
Yeah.
either 19.0.0. Okay. So then audit trail. So so this audit trail will uh, have the value of location. Okay. For example, U01 Oracle. Okay. Some database name for Oracle. Some audit. Okay, so basically this audit is required if you want to see the different transactions performed by the different users. Okay, for example, there are users like Tulasi, okay, and Purna and Smith, Tom. Okay, so what these people are being done, or what type of comments they are executing in the database. So that information you can capture when you enable this audit trial. Okay. Yeah, so these are the mandatory uh, parameters when you want to create a database. So along with this, you'll be also having many other parameters like processes. Okay, so processes indicates the number of processes that can be created at database level. So by default, it may be, I guess, 300. Okay, maybe 500, I guess, I forgot. So next to one of the parameter sessions. So how many number of sessions you want to create in the database. Okay, so it can be uh, indicated with sessions parameter. Okay, parameter name is sessions and the value is 300. Like this, we have multiple parameters available. Okay, so and so how you can see the parameter? How you can see, if you want to see the parameter value, then how you can see? So after, okay, this is the command. So parameter name, or all. Else you can also type some part of the parameter. It will suppose if you write entire parameter like this, it will show you only this parameter. Okay, suppose if you write some part of the parameter like this, okay, maybe it will print all the parameters which has this string. Okay, So this is the command to check the parameter values in the database. Okay, but before that, how should you connect to the database? That is the main thing, right? So first you need to understand that. So if you want to connect to the database, okay, so first you have to run this command dot space env. So this env file created as part of the database creation. Okay, as part of the database creation. So nothing but it has the your database environment details. Okay, it will have your Oracle home location. It will have your SRG information like that. Okay, so run in the command prompt. Okay, for example, so this is your DB01 server. Like in Oracle. Okay, this is your okay. One second. Okay, so this is your voice prompt, right? So just type dot space or then it will ask you to enter the SID, okay, or instance name. The instance name we have chosen yesterday while creating the database, we have chosen test. Okay, just enter. Okay, once you enter, then automatically it
Hello,
will.
hello, hello. Your voice is very low.
One second. One second.
Yeah,
Duration. Okay, is it fine now?
yeah, fine. Can you
Yeah,
repeat again?
yeah. So, at the OS prompt, okay, you have to say dot space aura env. Okay, just dot space aura env. Aura env is a environment file that is created as part of the database creation or as part of the database installation. Sorry, it is created as part of the installation. As part of the installation, this file will be created. Okay, so then after you entered dot space aura nv, hit the enter button on the keyboard. Okay, then it will ask you to enter the instance name. So instance name in our case we have chosen test. Okay, and type the instance name and hit the enter button. Then automatically it will load Oracle Home. Then okay, then it will set the database environment to connect. Okay, so once that is done, so what is the command to connect to the database? So this is the command to connect to the database, SQL plus slash s sdba. I told you, right, when you install the database you'll be getting some binary folder, bin folder. In the bin folder you'll be having all the binaries, right? So SQL plus is one of the binary using which you can connect to the database, and this slash indicates OS authentication. Okay, OS authentication. So when uh, you use this slash symbol, it will read the password file from the OS level. Okay, so basically there is a password file available in the OS level. Okay, in that file uh, the Oracle user name and the password will be available. It will use that authentication. Okay, so this is nothing but your OS authentication. Here sysdba means it's a privilege. Okay, it's a privilege. Okay, okay, it's a one of the privilege. So when you use this command, you can able to connect to the database as a sys user. Okay, as a sys user. Once you hit the enter button, so you can able to see this SQL command line prompt. Okay, clear?
Okay. Instead of saying like this, please show in that we have installed now.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
will show you. I will show
Uh,
you. Otherwise,
you
okay,
explain like this, I am not understanding anything. This
okay,
one.
okay, better. Okay, okay. Give me. I mean, share your screen. I'll stop my screen share. Where is one second? Yeah, share your screen and give me the control. Open VM player and open putty. Give me the control. So every day before we start the session, you open the VM player, open the putty, and make it ready. Okay. Okay, it is open. Huh? Okay. VM player. Open VM player. I'll start the putty. You open the VM player. Click on database. Minimize this. Minimize the VM player. Okay, let me take the control. Oh, okay. Okay, go to VM player. Hit the enter. Hit the enter. Okay, enter the Oracle password. Oracle 1234. O is capital letter. Okay, open terminal. Right click, open terminal. Okay, type IFUP space ENS33. Okay, connect to root user. No, no, SU space minus space root. Enter. Enter the password.
क्या जरूरत ना सागरा फंदी
Enter the password and hit the enter button. Password is wrong. SU space minus space root. Okay, enter the password now. Okay, now type if IFUP space ENS33. Enter. Okay, now minimize this VM player. Minimize VM player application. Okay, let me take the control. Okay. So, so once you create a database, okay, sorry, once you install the database, you will get Ora-INV. Okay. So yeah. So basically, to connect to the database, okay, there are two ways. One is using Ora-INV, you can connect. Okay, this is the file which will be created during the installation time. Okay, this is the one way. The other way is you have to export environment variables. Okay, there are three variables available. I'll tell you. Oracle underscore home. So what is your Oracle home? So U01 app Oracle. So this is the this file name is Ora tab file. This Ora tab file is also um, created at the time of the installation, software installation. And what is the purpose of this file? So this file will have all the entries of your databases. See, we created one database test, right? So this is database name and this is your Oracle home. Okay. So now I'm going to uh, load database environment. Okay. To load the database, so we need to uh, export, okay, these environment variables. Okay. Okay. Then the second environment variable is Oracle underscore SID. First one is Oracle underscore home. Sorry, there is a typo in the first command. Export Oracle ORACLE underscore home. Okay, second environment variable is Oracle underscore SID. So what is the SID we have chosen? So SID is nothing but is instance name. Okay, test. Okay, now there is also one more variable that is called path. Okay, you have to define the variable path variable like this. So dollar Oracle home slash bin. Okay, then type SQL plus slash as sysdba. See, now you can now we can able to connect to the database, right? But here this is one approach, right? I told you this is one approach. Okay, and uh, so if you take a new session, okay, I'm taking one more session.
Yeah, itu ini pasal ni cakap cinta.
So see now what will happen. See, command not found. So in every time when you take new session, you have to run this. You have to run these commands, or you have to load these environment variables. Only these three. This is not correct. This is there is a spelling mistake in this. Okay, ignore this one. So these three every time you have to execute or load these environments. Whenever you take new session, these variables are at session level. Okay, so what you can do in the Linux, so there is a file called there is a file called bash underscore profile. So this is the bash profile. So in this profile you can write down all those parameters. Okay, you can write down all those parameters. Go to bottom. Okay, so what are the parameters we have? Okay, these three, right? Okay, I'm going to copy these three parameters. Okay, done. I copied these three parameters. Okay, now So to reflect, okay, the changes that we made in the bash underscore profile, so you have to run like this: dot space bash underscore profile.
Itulah. Mail.
Okay. So now just type SQL plus slash s
Mail.
sysdba. Okay. Now you are able to connect, right? Where is the other session? Okay. Now let me run this command again. See, command not found, right? So close this one. This is old session, right? So that is the session before uh, we mentioned the environment variables in the batch profile, right? So I'm taking new session. Okay, now type SQL plus slash s sysdb. Understood, right? So the reason is we have mentioned all the environment variables in a file called bash underscore dot bash underscore profile. So what happens? So whenever you log in, okay, automatically that file will be executed in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why whenever the file is executed, all the environment variables will be loaded. So that's why you don't need to write all those parameters every time, like export Oracle home, export Oracle SAD, export path. You don't need to write every time. Okay, so that is one
So
way. Understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, instead of using batch profile, so there is a second method. I told you, right? ORINV. Okay, instead if you don't want to use batch profile, you can just type dot space ORINV, enter the instance name. Just run this command.
Test.
Yeah, test. Our instance name is test. Database name is also test. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, these are the two methods. Now, if you want to check the any parameter value, so this is the command. Clear?
To check the parameter values, we have to run this.
Yeah, yeah. So this is this is common, and this is parameter name. You have to mention the parameter name that you want to see. So I want to see the db underscore name is a parameter. I want to see this value. That's why I've done entire parameter name. So for
Okay.
example, I want to see all the parameters that may contain db underscore. Oh my God, there are see many parameters are there like this. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one thing. And next thing is, so once you log into the server from the putty, so I am telling you again, so putty is a small software using which you can connect to the servers remotely. It may be a database server, it may be uh, application server, it may be middle tier server, it may be anything. Okay, so it may not be a database server. So if you have a server IP address, username, login, username, password, then using putty, you can connect to the server. So in our case, as we are learning Oracle database concepts, so we have created one OS in the VM player, and we have installed one database software, and that became the database server. Okay, so now your server is there in the VM player, but we are able to connect to the your database server using putty. Okay,
Okay.
now that remember that one. Okay, because this is very important. Okay, like putty, you in the real time you have many other softwares or tools like MOBA, Xterm. Okay, uh, secure shell. Okay, so these are all softwares like putty. Okay, so people use different tools. Okay, so mm, don't confuse about that. Your wish, whatever the tool you want to use, you can use. Okay, so now once you log into the server, you want to see whether database is running or not. Okay, see from here also we can see after connecting to the database. This is called SQL command line prompt. From here only we are going to execute all the commands. Okay, from the SQL command line prompt also you can check whether database is running or not. Okay, but once from the OS prompt, if database is running or not. So I told you we have discussed about PS command, right? So
Yeah.
PS stands for process status, and the PS is having multiple options. In that, EF is one of the two options. E is one option and F is one option. Okay, and P1. P1 is your database processes, one of the process, right? Process monitor. Okay, just run this command. What you are seeing? So you got two output, right? Output has two lines. Okay, so this first line is the first line indicates the output of this command. Okay, what is the output? Aura underscore P1 underscore test. So test is your database name. So P1 is the process monitor, and this Aura is common. This is a keyword. Okay, so when you see the output like this, that means your database is up and running. Your database is running, whether it is in mounts. Okay, your database is running. Okay, but if you still want to see whether a database is able to allow the connections or not, you have to connect to this SQL command line prompt. You have to run the few commands. I'll tell you what those commands. But for time being, try to understand. If you want to see at least whether the DB is up, you can run this command. This command will give you output like this. So in our case, our database is test. That's why at the ending it is showing test. Suppose, and for example, if you are working in a company, okay, in that company you have one database called um, uh, app app 01, okay, or prod, okay. So the database name is prod. Then so until here it is common, okay, until here it is common. At the end you can see prod. So understood, right? So this is vary based on your database name or instance name. This last string is not constant. So until here it is constant. Aura underscore P1 underscore it is common. After that last string is depends on your database name or the instance name. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, but from this output, we cannot say exactly whether database allow connections or not, incoming connections to the database or not. Okay. To know that, okay, so connect to the database. Okay. So if you connect to the database, there is a one command, select name, sorry, select open underscore mode from $, database. So I told you, right, there are thousands of tables created, or internally database is having some internal tables, right? So we can call them as dictionary tables or metadata or internal tables, right? So this
Mm.
$, database is one of the internal table. So it contains some specific information to the database. Okay, so I want to see the database, whether database is what is the current mode of the database. Okay, see, it is read write. Whenever the database is in read write mode, then only it will allow the connections from the outside. Otherwise, it will not allow. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll tell you, there are these open modes are, you'll be having different types of open modes. So we can discuss in the startup modes and shutdown modes. You can get more clarity. Okay, in startup modes, we have different modes available. So one is read write, one is mount, the other one is no mount, the other one is last shutdown. I mean completely down. Okay.
Okay.
So this is one thing. And before we discuss startup modes and shutdown modes, so basically once you create the database, you have to check like this. Okay, once you create the database, check these are the main things you have to check whether database is running, go to OS level. Okay, I mean database. If you want to see whether database is running, you can use this command at OS level. Okay, and still if you want to see whether database is what is the open mode of your database, you can use this command. Okay, so don't mug up these comments. Okay, don't mug up these comments. So just remember this table. Okay, so initially, as you're fresher, as you're fresher, I know. So
Mm.
initially there are 15 to 20 tables are available. I mean, there are 3 to 4,000 tables available altogether internally. But you can remember 15 to 20 tables that we come across on a regular basis in the real time.
Okay.
Okay, and also I'll give you the tip. I'll give you one technique, even though
Mhm.
you no need to remember these tables. Okay, I'll tell you one technique at the end. Okay, at the end of the session. So now once you create the database, the next thing you should know, there is a every database is having alert log, okay, and trace files, okay. So I'll tell you what is the purpose of alert log. So basically, the alert log of a database contains all the errors information, okay. Suppose if you face any issue with the database, okay, that error will be recorded in the alert log. So you can open the alert log, you can see what is the error and you can take the action accordingly. Okay. Then what is the name of the database alert log and what is the location? So your name of the database alert log is alert underscore your database name dot log. This is your database alert log. Suppose, so this again this is common. Okay. So this will vary based on your database name or instance name. Suppose if you have another database with the name prod. Okay. So then what is the alert log file name of that database? Alert underscore prod dot log. Okay, then what is the location? So uh, the location will be, you can find out the location using this command. $dag underscore info. What happened? Okay, typo, select. Oh, sorry. Okay, see if you scroll up, just scroll up. Okay, I'll scroll up once again. Okay, either you can go to this location or this location. Anything is fine. Okay, here we'll be having all the trace files. Here also we'll be having all the trace files. Let me go to this location. So exit, I copied that location. Now just cd, go to that location. Okay, now ls minus lrt start dot log. I want to display only all the files that is ending with log. See, I told you, right? See, so I told you the database alert log file name will be alert underscore instance name or database name dot log. Correct? Okay. Then here you'll be having also along with the alert log, you'll be also having multiple trace files. See, all the trace files will be ending with .trc, .trc, and .trc. Multiple trace files will be having. Okay, so what is the purpose of trace files? Your trace file, when you compare, I told you that alert log is having all the errors will be included, right? Along with the errors information, your alert log file is also having all the startup of your database information. When you shut down the database, that information also it will be recorded. Okay, if you start up, that information will be also recorded. If you shut down, that information also will be recorded along with the errors information recorded in the alert log file. Okay, so but alert log file is not completely helpful whenever you get any major issues or whenever you get any in software related errors. So in that case, so we have to use the trace files. We should depend on the trace files. So trace file is having more information than the alert log file. Okay. So for example, if there is any software related error that we cannot resolve, okay, that should be resolved with the Oracle company because they have the development team. So they will see the code at a development level and they will fix that issue. Okay. So in that case, they need trace files. So then in that case, you have to upload all these required trace files in the ticket. You have to create one ticket with the Oracle company. Okay. So then once you create the ticket with the Oracle company, you should upload the required trace files. Then they will start troubleshooting the issue. They will provide the solution. Okay. Once you join the company, you will get one login ID, okay, for the Oracle company to download softwares to create ticket with the Oracle company if you get any issues. Okay. Once you join the company, they will give you that Oracle credentials. Okay. That is about alert log file and the trace file. Any doubt so far?
No.
Okay. Okay. So if you want to save these all comments from the putty, just right click, copy all to clipboard, take one notepad and just paste it. Paste it and save the file. Okay. So you can keep it as, you can save the file as, okay, let me take. So I opened the notepad. What? Okay, one second. See, I copied everything. Just you can just save this file name as uh, method to connect to the database. Method connecting database and alert log trace file. Like this, keep some meaningful name. Okay, so I'm saving the desktop like this. So that you can able to refer these comments. Okay, I'll give you the notes as well, but you can able to refer these comments later.
Okay.
Okay, so we will stop here. So
Okay.
actually, there is one student. She is actually having a small kid. She has to go to the hospital. I thought to take from 6 to 8 or
Okay.
6 to 7:30, but she told she's going to hospital. So
Okay.
she told me to take the session at 7 to 7:30. So we'll have from 7 to 7:30 again. Okay.
Again,
Yeah.
7 to
I
7.
yeah 7:30 to 8 or 8:15. Okay.
Okay.
So actually I should complete startup modes and shutdown modes of a database. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. See you.